Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to another video. If you aren't subscribed to the channel yet, do subscribe below, leave a like, and of course, after watching the video, do leave us a comment here if you have any questions. What is the product that I'm going to show and present to you today? As you already know, we have a cell phone mount that I've shown you before. I'll put it closer so you can see it, but we have another model that's really cool. It's from the Clear Mounts brand. I'm going to show and evaluate this model from Clean Mounts that you're seeing here, and I'm going to compare it with the other model that I sell. Now, how much does this one cost initially? It costs $30 directly on Cleaner Mounts brand's website, but there's an additional $10 for shipping, so it would cost $40. With today's exchange rate, it would be multiplied by 5, which is roughly 200 Brazilian reais. I know this one would be quite expensive, but I brought it so you can get an idea and make a comparison between the two models. Now, this is the packaging it comes in. It's quite nice. I'm going to open it and show it to you. Once we lift this part of the packaging, we can see it. And then, finally, we open the sides here. The first thing we find in the packaging are two systems that we can use on our cell phones. We have a small plaque that we can put on the back of our cell phone, and we also have a small ball. You can choose which of the two you prefer, the plaque or the ball to use on the back of your cell phone. Additionally, we have the mount here. The mount is entirely made out of metal. This middle part has 4 small magnets, so its magnet is very, very strong. But this part in the middle can't be adjusted side to side. It stays straight. And these rings that you see here on the sides are designed to fit the air conditioning vents and get stuck there between the air conditioning outlets, right? I'll put up a photo and show both this model and the other model installed and explain it to you. Alright guys, as I mentioned, I'm going to show you here how the cell phone would look directly on the mount. So this one here is this mount, which is the smaller mount, see? Which is already installed here. What it would look like is we can position it to, it would look like this. We can turn it to one side, we can angle it more to a side, make it straight, angle it to the other side, we can have it face up or even face down. Also, if we want to put it sideways, we could watch a movie, series, YouTube video, or anything else. As for this one, it has a greater distance here. We can easily place it sideways. See how there's large distance here? In addition to it having this large distance, it can also tilt. See? We can turn it to one side or the other. So we have this handling ability due to this distance and the pivot that moves. So in this case, we are able to place our cell phones either sideways or upright without any problems. If the air vents fail, we can also angle it slightly from the driver's side so we can see what's on the driver's side. Now I'm going to install the other support, which is the clear mount support. It's this one you're seeing. I'll show you the installation process here, how it's done, then I will show you the result and the difference between these two in practice. So let's go ahead. We're going to put it here adjacent to the air outlet. You could use a wrench or something similar. I usually use the support itself to pull the air outlet out. Got it? So I'm going to pull it out here. Let's move it a little further so I can remove the air vents. I'm doing the same on the other side as well, so we can make space here. The video will take a bit longer because the installation process takes a little time, but I shoot in less than 5 minutes. because I already know how to do the installation, I have managed to loosen it a bit here. We can pull it out with our hands directly on the air outlet to remove it entirely. Look, we removed the whole air outlet, we removed the support that was there in the middle, and now we are about to remove the other air outlet. We take the second air outlet out. What we are going to do with the clear mount, here it is. We are going to fit an air outlet here on one side, right? It's going to go around the back here, and it's going to fit in the back here and put another one here on the other side. So wait. Now we're going to fit it in on the other side too. Great, they're both fitted here in the hole. There's nothing, so we fit a little bit on each side, push one side a little, push the other a bit. One side until it fits completely. Great, it's installed here smooth. So what are we going to do? Let's check what the difference is now. The support will be in the middle, cool. Standing up looks good. However, we can't angle the cell phone to the side because this base is fixed. So if we wanted to angle it here towards the driver's side, we wouldn't be able to view it, so it was more facing towards the driver's side. So it will always stay straight. If the cell phone is set aside here, we can't keep it aside because it hits the air vent. So we wouldn't be able to keep the cell phone aside to watch a movie because it strikes directly at the air outlet. It doesn't have the correct distance so that it doesn't hit the air outlet. Now in the case of this other support, we can use it more facing the driver's side if we wish, or facing the passenger side even, or we can keep the cell phone aside. Because of this large distance here, in the case of the clear mount, no, you can't adjust it up, down, one side or to the other because it's fixed to this bar in the middle where it gets locked. We can't keep the cell phone aside because it hits the air vent. They're basically similar. They're very similar. The only difference is that the latter one doesn't have these side rings. Got it? Now, may I get into the evaluation part between one against the other? Yes. Even though this one doesn't have the side rings here, it holds just as well and it never fell, which is a good thing. Therefore, the two are kind of tied. The issue of the magnet, this one at the bottom, which is smaller, its magnet is very strong. However, I found this one's magnet to be much stronger than that of the clear mount. It's one of the things that I evaluated that I found interesting. And what I didn't like about the clear mount you can do. Putting your phone upright here in the middle, you can't lay it sideways to watch a film or anything because the air vents are on this side. If you try to side it, it won't stick to the magnet and will hit the air vent. Now with this one, as you can see, I'll show you up close, it has a protrusion so it sticks out a bit further. As you can see, it sticks out a bit more here, away from the air vent, so you can place your phone standing up and sideways if you'd like. But in the case of this one, you'll see that it's very snug, so you can't lay your phone sideways, okay folks? So let's go. Both have good attachment to the air vent. I've had no complaints. I found the magnet of the clear mount to be stronger than this one. However, this one is not often. The phone will fall unless it's a plus size iPhone and you accelerate really hard. Then this one might not hold up and this one might. Both come with a coin so you can attach it behind your phone. In the case of the clear mount, it comes with two options. It brings both a coin and a straightener. This is a neat thing, a cool difference. The big difference here that helped me a lot in this case, when you put your phone in the middle of the panel, it has to stay straight. You can't tilt it to the right or left or angle it higher or lower, it'll be straight. In case of this other one, it's smaller. As you can see, you can adjust this top part here, forward and back to one side and the other. Look here, see that we can turn it one way, the other, up and down. So what made me prefer this one over the clear mount was that I can place it on the panel there, and I can turn it slightly to the side of the driver. having the phone angled more towards the driver's side to make it more visible for me than just having it straight. I can place it slightly tilted to one side, or I can tilt it slightly up or down. Another thing that I found very interesting that I use a lot is that sometimes I watch a film in traffic, and with this mount here I can keep my phone sideways so I can look at the screen from the angle and watch my film. In this case, you won't be able to watch a film because it only has the option of keeping your phone upright. It can't keep it to one side because it will hit the air vent. Okay, folks? So I'm going to show you both installed in the car. The installation for both is basically the same, almost identical. The only difference is that this one's easier to install since you don't need to remove 100% of the air vent. You just pull one slightly more. The other you pull just a bit. Fit it behind the air vents and push back. As for this one, since this side area is 100% closed, what happens is you have to remove both air vents completely, place it in position, and then put both air vents back in place. Alright, so that's it, folks. This one is the clear mount. If you want, I can leave a link in the video's description where you can buy it. As you already know, I'm selling this one. I have some ready for delivery. It costs 130 reals plus shipping. Or if you want to come collect in Sao Paulo West Side, you can come and collect it. This one, I only have this one left. It was one that I won. I decided to make a video to show the difference between the two so you can get an idea, but this one, I found it to be much more expensive than the other one, so I found its use. And also in terms of functionality, I like this one more because I can lay my phone sideways than this one, where I can only lay my phone upright. But the choice is up to you which one you prefer. And this one, despite not allowing the phone to be sideways, it's also very good. I found its fixation to be much better. So I'm going to show a little video on installing this model, and I'm going to show a little video on installing this model. I'll demonstrate with the phone in place there. I'll also do a short segment showing that with this one, we can adjust to one side and the other, up and down, keeping the phone sideways. If you like the video, please like it, share, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And now I'm going to show you the installation here following the video of this one and the other model too, and I will show you the difference in the practices of each one.